Hey, Brian from Garage Mahal. Today I have a laser pointer for your garage, and basically what it is you set it up at the front of your garage, either against the wall, or I'm actually probably going to do kind of like a mount from the ceiling. And what that will do is once it senses, actually I'll probably have it pointing this way. So that is the sensor, that is the laser, that is highly maneuverable. So it's got this little template, so you can set this up in your ceiling, and it has like some recessed screw holes that you can probably see better from the top view. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be mounting that up onto your ceiling or your wall, and then this plate gets mounted in here, and then you basically just kind of like slide it into position, and then that will lock it for you, so that'll hold itself if it's against your wall like that. It does come with a couple screws, and it does come with these little pegs, so if you're mounting it through sheetrock, you can drill like a small little hole smaller than that piece, that little template, and then you put the screws in. And then it comes with your power supply, so it's always on. And then it has your induction laser stop system instructions, so I'll basically kind of tell you how that all works and how it's supposed to set up. So basically how I plan on mounting this is you'll see in the next part of the video is I have a bunch of toolboxes in front of my garage. People usually get really super close to them. Sometimes they almost like hit them, so I want to put people about 2 feet away from those. So when I mount this on the wall or the ceiling, haven't really decided yet, I'm going to have it set up so that the laser is going to shine on the floor, a little bit of an angle for about a 2 foot area. So when they are pulling in a garage, they'll actually be able to see the laser dot on their hood. I can even point it a little bit further forward and have it so, let's say I have my pickup truck I bring in all the time. It's really hard to judge exactly how close I'm able to get to that. So what I will do is I will actually probably be up on a ladder, and I'll aim this probably for right where my windshield and my dashboard come and meet inside the cab. So when I'm pulling in the garage, you'll be able to see the laser beam dot, and then I'll be able to stop, or whoever's driving my truck, they'll know exactly how far in they have to go. So ideally is I have a private working garage, so I have a multitude of different vehicles. That's why I'm probably just going to mount it so it's 2 feet in front of the box. So hopefully they'll be able to see the dot on their hood of their vehicle and know that, hey, it's time to stop. If you have a regular garage where you always have the same car pulling in, you can aim this to a spot through the windshield onto the dashboard. So when you're bringing the vehicle in, that laser beam will hit a section of your dashboard that you're familiar with, and you'll know that that's the time to stop. And again, it does take a little fine tuning. A ladder is helpful just to make sure that you pull your car in, have somebody guide you in safely, where a spot that you normally stop at, and then you can adjust your laser according to that onto their dashboard or their hood or wherever you think is going to be like the best spot to actually use this. But again, for my purposes, I'm going to use this so it's 2 feet in front of my toolboxes, so we know how close people are actually getting to those. Anyway, stay tuned. Let's go into the garage and I'll show you some of the installation. Stay tuned. Okay, so this is my garage bay, and I have a little bit of high ceilings, as you can tell. So we're actually going to mount it up there at the laser, and we're going to have it point down to a spot on the floor, just so we can measure about how far away I want cars to get to my toolboxes, so they're not like hitting them, but there's enough space for me to kind of like walk in between. And also, when mounting on a wall, you can set the laser to point anywhere in a vehicle you want, through the windshield, onto the dashboard, just to give you an idea of where you're supposed to be. So let's climb the ladder. And we are going to be mounting it up here. And we're going to kind of look for kind of like the middle, which is going to be probably right about where this mark is, just to kind of give you a general idea. So I'm going to actually mount it to this bar, and I do have electric that I brought over. via an extension cord. So while we mount that up here, let's leave that there. And we are going to loop around. And I'll have that electric cord sit right there. And then what we are going to do, I'm going to get a little bit higher up here. And we're going to put the laser up here for now. That's going to be our plug. And this is going to be our mount. And again, probably right about here. I think we got to mount it right about like that. And again, you can mount it through the sheetrock as well, because you have those little sheetrock pulls. And just one last size up so we can measure this properly. So it's going to go down like that. Okay, so we'll just mount it probably just about right here in the middle. We are going to take out one screw at a time and kind of mount it just like this. Probably a little bit higher. I think we're going to go over this or just slightly over the crest. So it'll make it a little bit easier. Alright, so I get my drill out. Okay. Make sure we're going the right way. And then we'll just mount it right here. Alright, so I'll mount that screw. Okay. Now we are going to take this and, oh, also you can put in 3 AAA batteries. However, being this high, for me that is not practical. So we're going to be using that little power cord right there. Alright, so it just slips in nice and easy. And if you were to use batteries, it clips in and out just with a little flick of the tab there. Okay, and we are going to use this power plug. So let's wrap this cord around it's a little bit better. We're going to have this sit like this. And then we're going to plug this cord in right here. And then that is going to be your laser. So you kind of move out of the way a little bit. And you might be able to see that on the floor. So we're going to mount it like right here. And I think my ladder's slightly in the way. So we'll move my ladder over so I can adjust that properly. Okay, so you can see the dot on the floor. And that is the parking laser guide there. So it's probably about 2 feet, kind of like where I want it. So we are just going to stay still here for a quick second. Alright, so that light is off, and if we look up, it's off, but as soon as we do some motion, it comes right on. So when we pull the vehicle in, you'll be able to see it come up there and then turn on. So yeah, pretty simple install, so stay tuned. Okay, so we are driving into the garage, and so we're getting a little bit closer. So that laser came on. Let me get my camera to kind of see, so you can kind of see the faint red light up there. So So we're going to drive our vehicle in. And as we get closer, alright, so as we're up here, we're going to aim that laser a little bit higher. So now we're going to have it aimed for inside on the dash, so we'll be able to see how far that is. Okay, so let's back up. So, as you're coming into the garage, alright, so let's drive up into the garage, and as we get closer, the laser's going to turn on, and then, I don't know if you can see, but it is right there on the hood of the car, and then we're just going to keep pulling forward, and then there, right about there, a little bit more. So that is going to be our spot that we're going to be looking for when we come into the garage, right there on the dash. So adjust that. You got to measure how far in front you want to be. So taking a look. So again, you can adjust it, but that's about as far forward as I want to make this vehicle go. So that's going to be the spot I want. Probably I can go in a little bit further. You can tell from the space that I have available. But yeah, I mean, that is a great way to get you lined up. And on most cars, it should probably be about the same spot. So let's go in. I'll move it a little bit closer. So again, it's about halfway up on a windshield, you can see, and then it's right on top of this. So that is about where I'm going to have it go. I'll move it back a little bit more because I also want it so when vehicles are here on a lift, they are about parallel to this. That's just my garage. Your garage might be a little bit different. And then see how it comes into armrest. So I'm going to readjust it so it sits right here on the dashboard. Okay, then up here, we'll adjust it. Now, obviously, do this safely on a ladder, but that's about kind of center, and we're going to have it come to about here. So that's about center on most vehicles, and about on our dash. And then I know I have about 2 feet there between my toolboxes, so pretty easy setup. So yeah, Brian from Garageville Hall, that is your laser. Anyway, be safe out there.